Hello YouTube, Shin Tiger Curl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you my first video in quite a long while. I figured some of you were wondering what the hell happened to me and why have I taken so long to upload a video. Well, things have happened in my life that kind of distracted my attention from not only making videos but from writing as well. Now, I normally don't like to talk about my personal life, but I just feel this needs to be addressed in case any of you were just curious about what's been going on. For starters, I am okay. I'm very okay. I know my last video was about Signar. I was planning on doing a little bit more after the holidays, but things came up. So I just start off by saying I'm not going to give names, but here's the deal. My aunt was staying with us. This is not just a distant aunt. This is a very close relative of mine. This is my aunt. I've known her since I was a child, really. She helped raise me, and so she's very close to me. So anyway, a few days before Christmas Eve, my mother is talking about how my aunt is sick. Like, she was throwing up all over the place and stuff, and she figured that she ate some bad chicken, mostly from Luby's, and everybody knows you don't eat chicken from Luby's. So we offered her home so she could stay with us at least until she gets back on her feet. So Christmas Eve morning, I wake up and my folks are actually they're getting dressed for something, because I know my dad is off he was on his off day. So I was like, okay, what's going on? And my mom says that we're going to take your aunt to the hospital. And by this time, I had not seen her because she had been resting most of the time, but she was just sleeping all the time. So that was a very disconcerting for something. So, they were going to take her to the hospital. And they had a hard time getting her out of bed because she was just very lethargic. Like, she was just not wanting to get up and not wanting to move. So we basically had to pull her out of the bed, but she couldn't take a single step. She was that out of it. So Mom just decided, you know what, we're just going to call the ambulance and have them come and rush her to the emergency room. So we call the ambulance, and I was listening to my mom while she was talking with the operator, and she said that my aunt might have had a stroke, or was in the process of having a stroke, which I believe. So she was going through the things to tell whether or not the person was having a stroke or not. And her answers were slow but coherent to a point. And then the paramedics came. Me and my dad and pretty much all the neighbors came out because they thought that the ambulance was for my mother, because they know my mother is in exactly the best of health. So they come into the bedroom, they look her over and said that she's pretty much having a stroke. So they were like, we're going to have to take her downtown to St. Luke's. Now, a lot of people don't know this or unaware, but Houston has a very good medical center. Well, very good medical centers all around the entire Houston area. It's one of the best medical centers, not just in the country, but in the world. And my mother's told me stories about how she's met various famous people and visiting dignitaries, all of whom have come to Houston for medical treatment, because Houston is the best. And one person would say that it's Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins is a hospital. I'm talking about a medical center. Difference. And St. Luke's apparently has one of the best stroke facilities around. So if she did have a stroke, that was the place they needed to take her. But my mom was like, she wanted to actually take her to Northwestern, which was actually a lot closer to the house. But he convinced her that if she was having a stroke, St. Luke's was the best place to take her. So we were trying to get the stretcher into the room, but because of the way the room is situated, there was no way the stretcher could fit in. I mean, we'd have to really jam it in there, and it would be even harder with her on it. So me, my mother, and two of my paramedics just put her on this little cloth stretcher that they have, and we carried her out onto the stretcher. And she was really out of it. So I don't think she even recognized. I don't think she even realized what was going on. And so they took her, and my mother rode with them, and my dad followed behind in his truck, and I spent Christmas Eve by myself and answering the phone for when people called and wondering what was going on, and had relatives call in, and even had a few of my neighbors call and say, "Hey, what's going on? Is your mother okay?" Like, no, it's for my aunt. And so anyway, my parents come back home, and it turns out that my mother was right. Her assumptions were right. She was having a stroke, and that she called at the exact right time, or else it would have been a lot worse. So my aunt is staying with us. Has been staying with us since she got out of the hospital, like a few days after Christmas. So she's been staying with us, and I've been helping to take care of her between myself and my mother. My mother makes sure she takes her pills. I'm responsible for her meals, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been making any videos or writing as much as I would. I really wanted to publish the first of the last 3 chapters of Ash and Dawn together, but I've just been so busy taking care of my aunt, which is something that's very rewarding in its own right, because she's my aunt, and nobody else is going to do it, so we have to do it. She doesn't have any kids, so I'm sort of her grandson in a way. But yeah, that's just basically what I've been doing, and she's actually been recovering a lot faster than you'd realize. She's up and about, walking around, making and doing all the things that she needs to do to get better. And until we set up a care provider for her, she's going to be staying with us for quite a while. So that's the reason why I haven't been posting any videos or any chapters or whatever of my fanfics that I've been writing, because, well, that's just it. So anyway, that's what's been keeping me busy. But I am slowly getting back into the groove of things. In the description below, you will find a link to CMJu's Wrestling Reviews, where my friend Mattis Leonhardt, the owner and proprietor of the Absolution Network, asked me on, and I was able to come onto his show for a year in review for 2016, where we talk about the best and worst of professional wrestling. And along with us is, of course, Matty J, the host of the WrestleCast and Toku Rift Downs, and a lot of other programs you'll find RVT Entertainment. And of course, Corey, the one half of Critical Media. They themselves are getting back into the swing of things. So it's a 3-hour show. If you've missed Shin Tiger Curl, then that's enough for you. Things happen, and we talk about the best and the worst of last year in professional wrestling. There's not a lot of bad, but there's certainly a lot of good. So yeah, if you have the time, if you got 3 hours to spend, or if you just want to find out what I thought the best and worst of 2016 was, go ahead and take a listen. I'll leave a link in the description below. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe it if you want. But as for future plans, I probably this weekend, hopefully, I can restart my my faction background videos. I can continue with Signar, and it's going to be another long video. So if you're new to the channel and you've been enjoying my Warmer Hordes videos, which is probably the reason why I've been getting so many subs lately, don't worry, there's more coming. You already know if you have a faction or character or unit that you want me to do a background for, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I'll get back to it as soon as I am able. And for those of you who are fans of my work and the fan fiction community, don't worry, the last 3 chapters are coming. Like I said, I'm just trying to find the time in between all this personal stuff that has been going on. So don't worry about that. So anyway, that's my update video. If you're interested or like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way. If you have any questions, if you want to get in touch with me, hit me up on Twitter, #CaptainLuffy. Or you can stop by the Absolution Network. I also post there as well. So, until next time, it's been Shin Tiger Curl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good day. And let's hope 2017 is a lot better than 2016.